Welcome back to EFC Auto Channel, where we don't just talk about cars, we live and breathe them. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button right now because today's video is exactly the kind of content we love bringing you. Fresh, exciting, and packed with everything you need to know before stepping foot in a dealership. And trust me, after watching this, you're going to want to step into a dealership real soon. So here's the thing. 2026 is shaping up to be one of the most incredible years in automotive history. And I'm not just saying that to hype you up. I genuinely mean it. The lineup we're breaking down today covers everything from European luxury to rugged American trucks, from sleek sports sedans to family-friendly SUVs, and every single one of these machines has something new, something bold, and something that makes it worth your attention. We're talking about the Porsche 911 Carrera GTS, the Volvo XC90, the Mercedes S-Class, the Land Rover Defender 110, the BMW X7, the Mazda CX-5, the Cadillac Escalade-V, the Toyota Corolla AWD Hybrid, the Toyota RAV4 XSE, the Dodge Ram 1500 Tungsten, the Dodge Charger SRT, and the Genesis G80 Black Edition. That's 12 incredible machines all in one video, and we are going to take you through every single one of them like only EFC Auto can. Now before we dive in, I want you to do me one favor. Drop a comment down below telling me which car on this list you're most excited about. I love reading those comments, and it helps me know what deep dive videos to make next. Alright, let's get into it. Buckle up. Let's start at the very top of the automotive food chain, because that's how we do things here at EFC Auto. The 2026 Porsche 911 Carrera GTS. If you haven't heard about what Porsche has done with this car, you've been living under a rock. And that's okay, because we're about to pull you right out from under it. The 911 is one of those cars that doesn't need to reinvent itself with every generation, and yet Porsche keeps finding ways to make it feel fresh, more alive, and more capable than ever. For 2026, the GTS variant, which has always been the sweet spot in the 911 lineup, sitting right between the standard Carrera and the outright ferocity of the GT3, gets some serious attention. Visually, the 2026 GTS carries that unmistakable 911 silhouette that's been with us for decades, but there's a sharper, more aggressive energy about it now. The front fascia is wider with repositioned air intakes that give the nose a more purposeful, planted look. You get the darkened headlight clusters with that signature 4-point daytime running light signature, and there's a subtle but noticeable widening of the rear haunches that just makes this car look like it means serious business. Out back, the retractable spoiler sits a little higher and spans wider, and the quad exhaust tips are new for the GTS, a nod to its performance pedigree that you can hear as much as see. Porsche has given the GTS its own set of lightweight forged wheels, exclusive to this trim, finished in a satin dark finish that contrasts beautifully against the available exterior colors. Speaking of colors, Porsche has introduced a few new paint options for 2026, including a deep volcanic gray and a reimagined version of their classic Irish green that is absolutely stunning in person. Step inside, and this is where the 911 GTS really separates itself from the rest of the Carrera lineup. The interior has been refined in ways that feel genuine and purposeful rather than just cosmetic. The GT Sport steering wheel is standard equipment now, wrapped in Alcantara with a yellow 12 o'clock marker, and it fits in your hands like it was custom made for you. The bucket seats are more aggressive in their bolstering, offering that race-inspired snugness without sacrificing comfort on long drives. The dashboard layout carries Porsche's hybrid analog-digital approach, a central analog tachometer flanked by two high-resolution digital displays. And for 2026, the resolution and responsiveness of those screens has been noticeably improved. The infotainment system runs on Porsche's latest PCN platform, and it integrates wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto as standard. The interior materials are elevated significantly in the GTS carbon fiber trim, brushed aluminum accents, and your choice of leather or the stunning Race Tex Alcantara combination that just screams track day without sacrificing everyday usability. Under the hood, the 2026 GTS packs an updated version of Porsche's 3.0-liter twin-twin turbocharged flat-six, a naturally charismatic engine that sounds absolutely incredible whether you're cruising down the highway or pushing it through a canyon road. Power output has been bumped up to sit comfortably in the region of 473 horsepower, with 420 pound-feet of torque channeled through Porsche's 8-speed PDK dual-clutch transmission. The result? 0 to 60 in around 3 seconds flat, with a top speed that puts it well north of 190 miles per hour. As for pricing, expect the 2026 Porsche 911 Carrera GTS to start in the neighborhood of $145,000, and with a few choice options from the configurator, that number can climb north of $175,000 quickly. But honestly, worth every single penny. Alright, let's move from Stuttgart to Sweden, because the 2026 Volvo XC90 is here, and it is making a very strong case for being the finest luxury family SUV on the planet right now. Volvo has always had this incredible ability to blend Scandinavian minimalism with genuine warmth and comfort, and the 2026 XC90 takes everything that made the previous generation so beloved and elevates it. From the outside, the XC90 gets a refined front end with Volvo's new Thor's Hammer LED daytime running lights in a sleeker, more horizontal configuration. The grille is larger and more prominent without being aggressive, and the overall stance of the vehicle feels more planted and confident, with slightly wider body cladding and new wheel designs that range from 20 to 22 inches depending on your trim level. The exterior color palette for 2026 includes some beautiful new options, a sage green metallic and a deep onyx black that look absolutely premium in any lighting condition. The chrome accents have been selectively thinned down to give the XC90 a more modern, less ornate look that aligns with where premium design is heading right now. Inside is where the XC90 absolutely shines, and I mean that literally. There's a new ambient lighting system for 2026 that can cycle through 64 colors and creates this genuinely beautiful atmosphere in the cabin at night. The centerpiece is Volvo's new vertical touchscreen, now larger at 11.2 inches and running on a much faster processor, making the whole infotainment experience significantly smoother and more intuitive. The dashboard has been redesigned with open-pore wood trim across the full width, creating that cabin in the forest feeling that Volvo does better than anyone else in the business. The front seats are some of the most comfortable in any vehicle at any price point, no exaggeration. For 2026, they're available with a new Swedish wool blend upholstery option alongside the usual leather, and the heated, ventilated, and massaging functionality is now standard on more trim levels. The second row offers excellent legroom and a new slide and recline function, while the optional third row, always a bit snug in this class, has been slightly revised with better headroom clearance. The full-length panoramic glass roof floods the cabin with natural light and has an electrochromic shade that adjusts at the touch of a button. Powertrain options include a plug-in hybrid setup producing around 455 horsepower in its most powerful configuration, offering real-world electric range that covers most daily commutes without touching a drop of fuel. All-wheel drive is standard, and Volvo's latest chassis tuning makes the XC90 more composed and engaging to drive than you might expect from a family hauler. Pricing for the 2026 Volvo XC90 starts around $60,000 and climbs to around $90,000 for the fully loaded Ultimate trim. Incredible value for what you get. Now, if Volvo represents Scandinavian calm, the 2026 Mercedes-Benz S-Class represents German imperial grandeur. And folks, this car is something else entirely. The S-Class has always been the benchmark. It's the car that defines what a luxury sedan can be, and Mercedes goes into 2026 having refined it further rather than reinvented it. The exterior updates are subtle but sophisticated. The front fascia gets slightly revised LED headlights with a new light signature that's sharper and more distinctive at night. The hood is longer and more muscular in its creases, and the chrome detailing on the grille has been reconfigured for a more three-dimensional appearance. It's a car that communicates exclusivity without shouting, and that's genuinely hard to achieve. New wheel designs up to 21 inches add visual presence, and the color options for 2026 include a new sodalite blue Magno matte finish that is unbelievably gorgeous and turns heads everywhere it goes. Inside, the S-Class remains one of the most extraordinary interiors ever put in a production automobile. For 2026, Mercedes has updated the MBUX system to its latest generation, and if you thought the previous version was impressive, the new one is on another level. The 12.8-inch portrait OLED touchscreen is crisper, faster, and now integrates AI-driven personalization that learns your preferences and adjusts everything from seat position to climate to music selection without you having to do a thing. The second-generation augmented reality head-up display now projects navigation and safety information in a way that genuinely feels like something from a science fiction film. The rear seat experience in the S-Class is what really sets it apart from anything else in its class. The executive rear seat package includes reclining seats, individual climate zones, wireless charging, a dedicated touchscreen controller, and a massage function with 19 different programs. The ambient lighting system uses 254 individual LEDs across the cabin to create atmosphere, and the optional Burmester 4D surround sound system with speakers in the seat backrests is the finest in-car audio experience available anywhere at any price. Powertrain options range from a straight 6 mild hybrid to the 6.580's twin turbocharged V8 with 496 horsepower, and the Maybach adjacent S-Class long wheelbase extends the luxury to another stratosphere entirely. Pricing starts around $115,000 and climbs well past $200,000 with options and the longer wheelbase configurations. This is automotive royalty. Let's come back to earth a little bit. Or actually, let's come back to earth a little bit. Or actually, let's go off it. Because the 2026 Land Rover Defender 110 is proof that you don't have to choose between capability and luxury. You can have both. The Defender has had one of the most impressive comeback stories in automotive history, and for 2026, Land Rover builds on that momentum with meaningful updates that make an already excellent vehicle even better. On the outside, the Defender's boxy, upright silhouette remains iconic and unchanged in its fundamental proportions. And that's exactly right, because you don't mess with a silhouette this good. What's new are the available colorways, including a striking Sedona red and a new heritage blue that pays homage to the original Defenders that conquered continents. New wheel options go up to 22 inches, and the updated front bumper integrates the LED headlights more cleanly with a new daytime running light signature. The interior of the 2026 Defender 110 has been significantly improved in terms of material quality and technology integration. The central floating touchscreen, now 11.4 inches, runs the latest PV Pro software and feels genuinely quick and modern. The physical switchgear that Land Rover kept around the base of the center console for off-road functions is still there, and enthusiasts love that. Those chunky, satisfying switches for terrain response and locking differentials are deeply satisfying to use. The cabin uses a more premium mix of materials than before, with recycled fabric options for the environmentally conscious buyer, alongside leather and contrast stitching for those who want a more traditional luxury feel. The Defender 110 in its 2026 form is available with a 296 horsepower 4-cylinder mild hybrid, a 395 horsepower inline-6 mild hybrid, and a plug-in hybrid variant that's ideal for urban dwellers who still want weekend adventure capability. Off-road credentials remain class-leading, with a wading depth of 35.4 inches, outstanding ground clearance, and terrain response too, doing the thinking for you when the road runs out. Pricing starts around $56,000 for the base configuration and climbs to over $90,000 for the fully spec'd first edition variants. Alright, let's talk BMW. The 2026 BMW X7, the full-size flagship SUV from Bavaria, gets a refresh that addresses some of the criticism of the previous update and delivers something more cohesive, more confident, and more desirable overall. The X7 is BMW's largest SUV, and for 2026 it wears its size more gracefully. The front end, which drew some divisive reactions in recent years, has been refined with a slightly smaller kidney grille configuration and more harmonious integration with the revised LED headlights. The side profile remains clean and elegant, and the rear has been updated with new taillights that span the full width of the tailgate, giving it a more premium, modern light bar effect in the dark. The overall shape feels more unified and less busy than recent iterations. Inside, the X7 delivers BMW's iDrive 9 system on a curved display setup that feels genuinely futuristic without being distracting. The interior is genuinely spacious across all 3 rows, something that sounds obvious in a vehicle this size but isn't always delivered. And BMW has added a new Comfort Lounge rear seat option for the second row that brings individual reclining, massaging, and ventilated captain's chairs. The ambient lighting system has been updated with a new Starlight headliner option inspired by Rolls-Royce, because when you're spending this kind of money, why not? The powertrain lineup includes a 3.0-liter turbocharged inline-six, making around 375 horsepower, and a twin-turbocharged V8 in the xDrive 60, making around 523 horsepower. The plug-in hybrid option returns with extended electric range for 2026 and offers smooth, refined, everyday driving. Pricing starts at around $77,000 and can exceed $120,000 with the M Sport package and optional packages stacked on. Now I want to talk about something that might surprise you, because the 2026 Mazda CX-5 is one of the most quietly impressive vehicles on sale today, and it deserves a lot more attention than it gets. Mazda doesn't chase trends. They don't throw screens everywhere just because everyone else does. They make cars with genuine soul and intention, and the CX-5 is the perfect expression of that philosophy. For 2026, the CX-5 gets what Mazda calls its most comprehensive mid-cycle refresh, and the results are genuinely striking. The front end is sharper and more upright, with a wider shield grille and new LED headlights that extend further into the hood for a wider, more confident look. The wheel arches have been slightly widened, and the available 19-inch wheels have new spoke designs that look far more premium than you'd expect at this price point. Inside, the CX-5 is always punched above its weight, and for 2026, it punches even harder. The dashboard has been redesigned with soft-touch materials across more surfaces, and the central 10.25-inch display is now touch-capable in addition to the rotary controller, a change that many CX-5 owners have been requesting for years. New color options for the interior include a beautiful terracotta leather combination in the Turbo Signature trim that makes the cabin feel genuinely premium. Powertrain options carry forward the reliable naturally aspirated 2.5-liter four-cylinder and the turbocharged 2.5-liter option, with the turbo producing 256 horsepower on premium fuel. The CX-5 remains one of the most dynamically satisfying compact crossovers to drive. It corners with confidence, steers with precision, and rides with a composure that makes you forget what it costs. Pricing starts around $30,000, and the fully loaded Turbo Signature with AWD sits around $42,000. Outstanding value. And speaking of being outstanding, let's talk about something absolutely outrageous. The 2026 Cadillac Escalade-V. If the standard Escalade is a rolling penthouse, the Escalade-V is that same penthouse, but with a rocket strapped to the back of it. For 2026, Cadillac gives the Escalade-V some thoughtful updates that make it even more special. On the outside, the V badge is subtle but meaningful. This is a vehicle that doesn't need to scream, because those 22-inch gloss black wheels, the darkened chrome grille, and the quad exhaust tips at the rear make the statement for it. The color palette for 2026 includes a new stellar black metallic and a deep space blue that look incredible on the Escalade-V's massive, imposing body. Inside, the Escalade-V carries all the luxury of the standard Escalade. That means the 38-inch curved OLED display that sweeps across the dashboard in one gorgeous arc, the AKG Studio Reference audio system with 36 speakers, the Super Cruise hands-free driving capability, and seating for up to 8 in an environment that rivals a private jet cabin, but with the added exclusivity of V-Series sports seats, carbon fiber trim elements, and unique interior color combinations. The power plant is the stuff of legends. A supercharged 6.2-liter V8 producing 682 horsepower and 653 pound-feet of torque. This is a 3-row SUV that weighs nearly 3 tons and will do 0 to 60 in 4.4 seconds. Let that sink in. 4.4 seconds. For a vehicle that seats 8 people and their luggage, that is genuinely insane. Pricing for the 2026 Cadillac Escalade-V starts right around $150,000. Yes, that's a lot of money. But there is literally nothing else on the road quite like it. Okay, I need to bring it back down to something more accessible now, because not everything on today's list needs to cost 6 figures. The 2026 Toyota Corolla AWD Hybrid is proof that sensibility and sophistication can live comfortably in the same car. Toyota has taken the Corolla, arguably the most important nameplate in automotive history in terms of sheer volume and global reach, and for 2026, given it one of its most meaningful updates in years. The hybrid powertrain is now paired with all-wheel drive across more trim levels, which dramatically expands the Corolla's appeal in markets with harsh winters or buyers who simply want the confidence of AWD. The exterior styling gets a fresh front bumper design with sharper LED lights and a more aggressive lower intake treatment that makes the Corolla look genuinely modern rather than anonymous. New wheel designs up to 18 inches and a revised roofline spoiler give it a sportier silhouette. Inside, Toyota has updated the infotainment screen to a 10.5-inch unit with a faster processor, wireless smartphone integration, and a revised menu structure that makes it far more intuitive. The interior materials haven't had a dramatic overhaul, but the fit and finish quality continues to be impeccable, and the seat comfort on long drives remains one of the Corolla's unsung strengths. The AWD hybrid system pairs a 2.0-liter four-cylinder with front and rear electric motors for a combined system output of around 196 horsepower. And the fuel economy figures are remarkable. Expect to see combined numbers well into the mid-40 miles per gallon range in real-world driving. Pricing starts around $26,000 for the AWD hybrid configuration, which makes it one of the best value propositions in the entire automotive market right now. And staying in the Toyota family, let's talk about the 2026 Toyota RAV4 XSE, because this one is causing a lot of excitement in the crossover segment. The RAV4 is already the best-selling SUV in the United States, not by a little, by a mile. And for 2026, Toyota has given the XSE trim a significant character injection. The XSE sits in that sporty performance-adjacent territory within the RAV4 lineup, and it shows. The exterior gets a blacked-out treatment on the grille, roof rails, mirror caps, and lower body cladding that gives it an aggressive, dynamic look, without resorting to cheap plastic cladding or excessive styling gimmicks. The 18-inch wheels are new for 2026, a darker machined finish that looks sharp. LED headlights and taillights give it a premium presence, and the overall proportions of the RAV4 remain among the best in the compact crossover segment. Inside, the XSE gets sport-inspired touches that include contrast stitching on the seats, XSE-specific instrument graphics, and a sportier steering wheel. The 10.5-inch infotainment screen carries over from the broader RAV4 refresh with wireless connectivity, and Toyota Safety Sense, which includes adaptive cruise control, lane centering, automatic emergency braking, and more, is standard equipment. The RAV4 XSE is available in both standard hybrid and plug-in hybrid configurations, with the plug-in version offering around 42 miles of pure electric range, more than enough to cover most daily commutes entirely on electricity. Pricing for the RAV4 XSE hybrid starts around $36,000, and the plug-in hybrid version comes in around $44,000. Smart money for people who want a stylish, practical, efficient crossover. Now let's shift gears dramatically, because if Toyota is the sensible choice, the 2026 Ram 1500 Tungsten is the truck that says life is too short for sensible choices. The Ram 1500 Tungsten sits at the absolute pinnacle of the Ram 1500 lineup. It's the ultra-luxury pickup truck that has genuinely changed the conversation about what a truck interior can and should look like. For 2026, Ram has updated the Tungsten with fresh exterior styling that includes new chrome and gloss black details on the front fascia, a revised tailgate design with illuminated Ram lettering, and new 22-inch forged wheels that look stunning on the massive body. Available colors for 2026 include a new billet silver metallic and a deep Patriot blue pearl that look absolutely incredible on the big Ram's cab and bed combination. The interior of the Ram 1500 Tungsten is legitimately one of the most extraordinary truck cabins ever created. It features the massive 12-inch portrait touchscreen running Uconnect 5 and one of the most intuitive and visually impressive infotainment systems in any vehicle, along with a full-width 12-inch driver information display cluster. The seats are wrapped in real leather with intricate quilted stitching patterns, and the panoramic sunroof opens the cabin to the sky in a way that's genuinely breathtaking. Real wood trim, ambient lighting, massaging front seats, and a Bang & Olufsen audio system make the Tungsten feel like a luxury sedan that happens to be able to tow 12,000 pounds. Powertrain options include the 5.7-liter HEMI V8 and the 3.0-liter Hurricane twin turbocharged inline-six, the latter of which produces an extraordinary 540 horsepower and 521 pound-feet of torque, and is honestly one of the best engines in any vehicle at any price. Pricing for the Ram 1500 Tungsten starts right around $85,000. Yes, for a truck, and it is worth it. From one American icon to another, the 2026 Dodge Charger SRT. And folks, if there's one vehicle on this entire list that represents a true revolution rather than an evolution, it's this one. The Charger is back, and it is not playing around. After Dodge said goodbye to the Hemi-powered muscle car of the past, they've returned the Charger nameplate on an entirely new platform, and the 2026 Charger SRT is the version that performance enthusiasts have been waiting for. The exterior design is a complete departure from what came before. It's a four-door fastback, think Audi Sportback meets American muscle, with a long, swooping roofline, a wide and aggressive front end with angular LED lighting, and a rear treatment that features a full-width light bar and 4 exhaust tips that hint very loudly at what's going on under the hood. The SRT trim brings an even more aggressive body kit with wider front and rear bumpers, a more prominent rear diffuser, and available SRT exclusive wheel designs in 21 and 22-inch configurations. The exhaust system has been tuned to produce a soundtrack that will make your neighbors simultaneously impressed and annoyed, and we consider that a feature. Inside, the Charger SRT offers a driver-focused cockpit with Dodge's latest 12.3-inch infotainment system flanked by a 10.25-inch driver display. Performance data readouts, launch control modes, and selectable drive modes are all accessible directly from the steering wheel. SRT-specific sport seats with aggressive bolstering and Alcantara accents make this feel like a proper performance car interior, and the material quality is a significant step forward from Dodge's previous efforts. Now, the powertrain conversation around the new Charger is going to depend on your preference. The standard SRT comes with a twin turbocharged inline-six producing around 550 horsepower. But the real star of the show, the one that has the performance world buzzing, is the Charger SRT with the Hurricane Max engine, pushing output to around 670 horsepower. These numbers, delivered through an 8-speed automatic and a proper performance-tuned rear-wheel drive setup, make the new Charger SRT one of the fastest four-door cars available from an American manufacturer. Pricing starts around $55,000 for the SRT, with the Hurricane Max configuration pushing closer to $70,000. Muscle car performance, modern execution. And to close out our incredible lineup today, we're finishing with one of the most thoughtful, stylish, and underrated luxury sedans on the market. The 2026 Genesis G80 Black Edition. Genesis, the luxury brand from Hyundai Motor Group, has spent the last several years quietly building one of the strongest luxury lineups in the automotive world, and the G80 is the vehicle that really demonstrates their vision. The Black Edition is a special treatment that takes the already striking G80 and wraps it in an exclusive package that emphasizes drama, darkness, and sophistication in equal measure. From the outside, the Black Edition is immediately distinctive. Every chrome element on the standard G80, the signature crest grille surround, window trim, mirror caps, and badging, has been replaced with gloss black or dark chrome finishes. The standard 19-inch wheels are replaced with 20-inch G80 Black Edition exclusive designs in a brilliant machined black finish. The LED headlights carry Genesis's distinctive two-line, daytime running light signature, and it looks incredibly sharp against the available exterior colors. The Black Edition comes exclusively in a curated selection of colors that look best with the darkened accents, including a stunning Himalayan gray and a deep uni white. Inside, the G80 Black Edition gets unique dark-themed interior treatment with exclusive obsidian black leather upholstery featuring Napa leather on higher trim levels, dark satin chrome interior trim replacing the brighter finishes of standard G80 models, and unique Black Edition embroidery on the headrests. The overall interior ambiance is cooler, more reserved, and somehow even more premium than the already impressive standard G80. Technology-wise, the G80 runs Genesis's latest 14.5-inch infotainment screen, one of the largest and most vivid in the segment, paired with a fully digital 12.3-inch driver cluster. The system integrates connected navigation with over-the-air update capability, a premium lexicon audio system with 21 speakers, and Genesis's latest driver assistance technology that includes Highway Driving Assist 2, which is genuinely impressive in real-world use. Power comes from a 3.5-liter twin-turbocharged V6 producing 375 horsepower and 391 pound-feet of torque, available in rear-wheel drive or all-wheel drive configurations. The all-wheel drive setup is the one most Black Edition buyers will want, and it delivers outstanding traction alongside a driving experience that feels refined, comfortable, and confidence-inspiring in all conditions. Pricing for the 2026 Genesis G80 Black Edition starts around $66,000, which, when you compare it to German rivals at similar or higher price points, offering fewer standard features, makes the G80 Black Edition one of the most compelling luxury sedan values available today. And that, my friends, is a wrap on what might be the greatest single video we've ever put together here at EFC Auto. 12 incredible vehicles. 12 different personalities. From the raw, focused brilliance of the Porsche 911 Carrera GTS to the accessible, practical genius of the Toyota Corolla AWD hybrid. From the truckish penthouse luxury of the Ram 1500 Tungsten to the dark, dramatic elegance of the Genesis G80 Black Edition. The 2026 automotive landscape is genuinely one of the most exciting in recent memory. And wherever your budget sits, wherever your tastes lie, there has never been a better time to be a car enthusiast. Now I want to hear from you in the comments. Which one of these 2026 models is sitting at the top of your list? Are you going European and picking the 911 or the S-Class? Are you riding the luxury wave with the Escalade-V or the Ram Tungsten? Or are you making the smart, sensible, and still very satisfying choice with the RAV4 or the Corolla? Let me know down below. We read every single comment on this channel. If you enjoyed this video, and come on, how could you not? Please smash that like button because it genuinely helps this channel reach more car lovers just like you. And if you haven't subscribed to EFC Auto yet, what are you doing? Hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you never miss a video. We've got more incredible content coming your way very soon, and you do not want to miss what we have lined up. Until next time, this has been EFC Auto, where we don't just cover cars, we celebrate them. Take care of yourselves, drive something you love, and we'll see you in the next one.